Hey, what's going on, everybody? Today I want to do a quick update of all my tanks here for the March tank update. So the 40-gallon tank here is pretty much just on autopilot. It's doing well. Still using 5 gallons of kalkwasser, and that's pretty much it. Sump, everything's the same here. Still using the algae turf scrubber. I'm running it I think about 6 hours a day now, because if I run it any longer than that, my nitrates and phosphates start to drop basically down to zero. And I don't want that to happen, because if it does, you know what'll happen. You'll get the dinos again. So I don't want to get that. Corals are growing slowly still. Specifically this guy right here, I've noticed it's growing all the little coral lights on the bottom side of it. The leather here is doing pretty well. It's growing pretty quick also. Still got aptasia everywhere, as you can see. And for whatever reason, I've got this algae right there in that one little spot. That's pretty much the only place it grows for some reason. I mean, I don't know what's going on with that, but that's the only place it grows. Some of the corals they're seeing a little better days just due to the aptasia kind of stinging them and, you know, whatnot, but besides the point. Blasto has a couple little heads, maybe 3 little heads by now, but you can only see one right there. Dendro still has just one head. That's going on for like 3 years now. Because I don't target feed that daily, so that's why that only has one head still. The big SPS colony, or little mini colony there, it's doing pretty well. It's slowly growing. The LPS still doing pretty good. The hammers, the torches, I want to say this is probably like 2.5, maybe 3 heads by now. When I got it, it had one head, so it's doing pretty well. The hammers as well. And I don't know which one it was. I think it was this hammer right here, this gold hammer up front. It had a bunch of little bitty nubs where it's growing newer little heads out of it, or polyps, whatever you want to say. This guy's also seen better days. For whatever reason, it's starting to grow just a little tiny bit of algae on there, and it's just kind of receding. And this is my favorite Favia in this tank here, so it's gonna be sad to see that thing go. Hopefully it kind of rebounds and pulls out of it. This is another cool Favia. I like that thing. The feeding response from that thing is pretty awesome. Yeah, so I guess there is a little bit of algae just kind of growing everywhere. Just some weird kind of stringy hair algae. It's that kind of stuff in there. You really can't see it, but yep. A little more Favias back there. That's also one of my favorite ones. I mean, the little feeder tentacles on that thing, man, they really stick out far. They're not sticking out too far right now, but they do stick out pretty far. Blasto's also seen better days. Acan Lords looking pretty good. Little feeder tentacles are out. Trying to get some food that's going on in the tank there. I just dosed some phytoplankton, so that's probably what they're trying to get at. Yeah, that's a little. Yeah, that's a little one of those little starfish. It's always on the glass. For whatever reason, it fell into the John Deere lepto or leptaster or whatever you call it. I just noticed that. But yeah, this is tank. Let's go ahead and look at the mangrove tank. Alright, here is the mangrove tank. Nothing's changed on that. This is just basically a tank just to house these fish for now until my 150-gallon tank is up and running. Then I can throw my other fish that's in the quarantine that you'll see next. I'll throw those in the 150, and then these guys I'll throw in the 40-gallon. Just kind of keep that as like a little pre-quarantine for my corals prior to going into the 150. But yep, they're doing good. I've reduced the lighting on this AI Prime. I had it going at like 12 hours a day, so that's why I was having a lot of algae issues. So I reduced that, and you can definitely see the algae pretty much went away. I haven't really tested this tank at all, honestly. I just do water changes. Once I do water changes in the 40-gallon, I do it in here. And that's pretty much all I do. I don't really test it, so I don't know what my nutrients are at. I don't know what my levels are at, but the mushrooms are growing. As you can see, some of the little frag plugs have gotten turned over, but everything's doing well. And there's half of the original little mother colony, as well as that guy back there. She's or that girl, she's the other half of the original colony. Fish are doing good. They're happy. Every time I throw fish in there, man, they attack it like some little piranhas. So they're living life in this little tank. I also just noticed this today, right before shooting this. The mangroves are getting their second true set of leaves there. That one right there, as well as that one. Oh yeah, also, I took the other light that was right here, the white light. I took that off and I'm just running the AR Prime. I'm gonna see how that's gonna do, because I also think that the other light contributed to just this tank growing a lot of algae in there. But yeah, we can go ahead and get a top down here. Forgot about that. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this little mini Zoa little patch growing on right there. Yeah, they think I'm about to feed them. That's why they're kind of hovering right here. Yep, mushrooms doing well. They're just growing. Alright, let's check out the QT tank. Alright, last but definitely not least, we got the quarantine tank here. I've had this going, oh man, since February 9th is when I first originally started dosing copper power. And it's almost been 2 weeks now that these guys have been at a level of 2.50 ppm of copper. Actually, I tested it yesterday. It was like 2.83, but fish are doing fine. I mean, they're looking very happy. And that one back there that has the little spots on there, the other side of it, that's the whole reason I quarantined these fish, is because they had a bacterial infection on one of the back spots there. But it seems to be clearing up a little bit, so I'm just going to keep these guys in quarantine for about a month, and then moving back to a 40-gallon tank right there, and then just kind of shut this QT tank down, because I don't really need to run it if, you know, I don't plan on getting any extra fish for quite a long time until that tank is up and running, the 150-gallon. Yep, this thing's just really easy to maintain. Top it off. I have not done a water change on this yet. I've been kind of slacking on that. I need to do it, but I've tested the nitrate on that, and the nitrates, they've gotten up to about 10 to 15 ppm, which is, it's all right with me. I mean, I would like to get it a little bit lower, but you know, I don't want to mess with it. I've never done a water change on this yet, so everything's still going well. Let's see if we can see the spot back there. Yeah, so that thing is, look at him sticking his head through there. Yeah, so that spot's definitely cleared up, so that's a really good sign. I didn't see any kind of issue on there. That guy, the other fish behind there, he just always hides, you know, right there, so it's pretty difficult to check on him. I need to turn the lights off for probably a few hours and just kind of sneak up on him with a flashlight to check it out. Yeah, see, you can't even get near him. I don't know why he's so skittish, but they're definitely happy in here. I mean, no issues quarantining them. I was kind of scared to quarantine them, because this is the first time I ever used copper on any of my fish, and these are my most expensive fish here, so I'd hate to lose them. But yeah, everything going well here. Let's check on the 150. And the 150 is just in the same exact spot as you seen last time. It looks like the cat got a little toy up under there. He got a little sea turtle under there. But I went to Home Depot last Tuesday, which today is actually Thursday. So no, I went 2 days ago. Yeah, so I went Tuesday. First time I bought some wood since the pandemic started, and I got like 15 2x4s and a couple of half-inch plywood, and my bill was like $227. So it's gonna be a pretty expensive stand, but you know, that's just what the pandemic brought us, and you know, it just is what it is. So I need a stand for this tank to get it up and running, so I have no other choices. But yeah, tank is really not changed, and I can't wait to get this thing, you know, the stand built and get this thing running, get some rocks in there, get it cycled. You know, again, I'm going to probably cycle it for a good 5-6 months just to make sure I don't have no issues, because all I'm going to put in here is SPS. But yeah, that's pretty much it for that. So yeah, guys, I appreciate you taking your time out of your day and watching this, and I will see you on the next one.